So Kristen, one of the last times that we were together doing an interview in studio was about a month ago when we talked to Patrick Sweeney, who is the author of Fear is Fuel, and he was telling us about how to handle our generic fears. Well, a lot has changed over that time. Fear has certainly grown. So we wanted to talk to Patrick again to get some specific tips on how to handle your fear during a pandemic.
One of the big things that I'm telling people about is your brain is a prediction engine. So it's been designed to predict the outcome of any event based on your past experiences, or what we call prior beliefs. And right now, the reason it's a novel coronavirus, novel just means new and unknown. So because something's novel, we can't predict the outcome. So people are feeling a tremendous amount of anxiety because our brains, our subconscious is wrestling with trying to figure out, what's this mean? What's it like? And as more and more time goes by, that'll be less and less of an anxiety because Tom Hanks will recover. And then we'll start to say, okay, I see some people getting better. I see some people dying. I see, schools closed. I understand this. But right now, what's happening with people is they're trying to predict the outcome of the event subconsciously. They can't. So it's creating a lot of anxiety within people, a lot of fear. And I'm seeing it all across the board.
Well, and with having to stay at home too, that completely disrupts your routine, and a routine can be so important to trying to keeping your mind in control.
That's exactly right, Ellen. I was going to give a handful of recommendations that can help people reduce that anxiety and fear and actually flip it on its side and learn to use this fear as fuel and come out of this moment even stronger and better off. One of the things is having a morning routine or a nighttime routine or both. And if you get into those routine, then your mind can predict what's going to happen tomorrow morning when you wake up. You do your exercises, you meditate for 15 minutes, you take a cold shower. That's your routine. You know it, you expect it. So there's no anxiety. So a morning routine and an evening routine is a great way to help alleviate some of the fears.
What other tips too? You mentioned you have some of the things, because I know a lot of people are like, okay, how do I handle this?
What's important for people to know is we can reprogram our brain. So our brain adapted to be adaptable. So it's not just this hard stuck thing. Because of something called neuroplasticity, we can change our brain at any age. So that's the first thing, is being aware that you can change your brain. You don't have to be fearful. You don't have to have anxiety. And anytime you feel those changes in your body, the first thing to do is breathe. And I teach something called a 4x4, which is to breathe in for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, out for a count of 4, hold it out for a count of 4. I can see you doing
You
it.
do it and see that.
Trying it.
Yeah.
And that's your first defense, because that has a direct link to your sympathetic nerve system. The second thing to do that's kind of counterintuitive, but it really works, is to smile. So just smiling and breathing. Those are the first two things. And then the last thing, probably most important, Ellen, is to understand what you can control. So you can control your diet, the amount of sleep you get. If you take vitamin C and zinc to build up your immune system, your exercise, all those things you can control. Focus on that. You can't control what the governor does. You can't control what the president does. You can't control the number of people who die. So let that go. You've got nothing to do to worry about things you can't control, because that just produces what's called free energy and more fear. So know that you're controlling everything you can control. Let all the other stuff go. The amazing thing here is there's a big silver lining for everyone on this, Ellen. We get incredible time with our family internally to do some reflection. We'll never have this quiet, focused, isolated time back again. So make the most of it. Let's use this and come out even stronger and even better and even happier.
So when we talked to Patrick within the last month, he was here to talk about his book, Fear is Fuel. That has actually since then hit number 5 on the Wall Street Journal bestseller. Everyone wanting to know, how can we handle our fear right now? Well,